Seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go. First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. From the end zone, here comes Williams. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. This defense for the Vikings much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got it, not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The Lions at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Here's Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And some space here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd down, Cook. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
First down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They're going to try and throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. He'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a third and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That zero on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here first and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
They'll set up to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. We're scoreless after one. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now Cook hit and he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Oh, good move. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. They'll drop to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
19-5.
They'll look to throw here. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator. They showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Aiden Hutchinson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. Jose Borregales for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Oh, he shifts past him. All told, that a 55-yard punt with a net of 40 after the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They're going to look to throw. The quick slant caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nuwanger now from his end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Working with a 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. They go play action here on first down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Vikings are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Goes to the sideline and incomplete.
Nearly intercepted, in fact, but he couldn't hang on. 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Williams to return. And he'll be out right at the 35. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 2nd down, Swift. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll set up a throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Some of them would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays, as we just saw there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Swift going to try up the middle. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Being chased out, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up the head of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the first down.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 10. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. They'll set up to throw. Quickly to Thielen here. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A beautiful fake. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do?
But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. They got 29 yards that time.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And in for the Lions, touchdown.
DeAndre Swift,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things through this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This then uses motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught by Thielen. And he's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And the Vikings are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner?
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. That will throw here to his running back, and he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Looking to throw. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Lions are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if we weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 67 yards rushing for him in the ball game now at 14 carries. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Let's go now. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Back to throw here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On play action, they'll throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hawkinson from 10 yards out. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. It's Bubba Bowman who picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes it...
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amari Cooper, 28 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Ready, break.
His throw incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on.